Hi everybody, good evening and welcome to Mark Goldbridge. That's football. We're live for the Champions League semi-final between Real Madrid and Chelsea. Massive game. So, we're back again. We're back again with La Liga against the Premier League, and who will come out on top? Well, you know what? I don't actually know because I can't see into the future. If I could, I would tell you the score. I don't know what the score is going to be, but I do know it's Chelsea visiting Madrid for Real Madrid, and I think a lot of people feel that maybe Madrid are the favourites in this tie. I don't know. I think it's interesting, to be honest with you. I think Chelsea, I said it after their quarter-final win, that I felt that... No, I said it after the Atletico Madrid win, before the quarter-final draw. I said, watch out for Chelsea. They're a bit of a dark horse, and I believe that they are. Having said that, let's put a bit of respect on Real Madrid's name. They played against Liverpool twice and they deserved it. They're currently second in La Liga. Barcelona are third. If they win their game in hand, they go top. Atletico Madrid still top with 73. Madrid and Barcelona with 71, but Barcelona do have a game in hand. Sevilla still very much in that race. It's probably... I should have watched La Liga this year, actually, because it's one of the most exciting finishes in a long time. But Mohammed says, I think it's going to be an equal tight game. I hope we're going to get a good game. I think, for me, I don't know who you're going for in this. Look, in the Ronaldo Real Madrid years, this would have been easy. I would have been all over Real Madrid for this. But after what Real Madrid did, and let's not forget Chelsea were part of that Super League as well. But I personally think that I'm opposed to Real Madrid because of what happened with the Super League and Florentino Perez. I think he's an enemy of football. Chelsea are an English club, and I don't normally go for an English club. So I think where I am with this is that I just want the team that deserves to win. I'm just going to watch a game of football and enjoy the game of football. Remember, Zidane with Real Madrid has won 3 as a manager, which is just ridiculous if he could win a 4th. But look, get your comments in below. Let's have a see what people are saying, and let's see how this one pans out. I'm looking forward to it. I think we've got 2 fantastic nights of football. I mean, I think a lot of people... I mean, it's weird, really. I think a lot of people are sort of drawn towards the PSG Man City game tomorrow night for obvious reasons. You know, Pep Guardiola, Man City, what a team they are. But, you know, another part of me says, well, you know what? And PSG, obviously, with Neymar and Mbappe, I get all that. But then I think, you know what? Are we sleeping on this one a little bit? Is this one a little bit being slept on? Because I actually think that this one might be a cracker. So I do. Score predictions. I think there'll be goals in it. I'm tempted to say 2-2. Let's have a look at the team news. Nagelsmann to Bayern thoughts, says OW1. I mean, I did sort of think that he might end up at Spurs. Apparently Spurs are looking at Southgate now, which is hilarious. But, I mean, it's probably the most obvious move, isn't it? I mean, look, everybody likes the 50+1 rule, and I think we all like the 50+1 rule, and we'd like to see that in the Premier League, a lot of us. But it doesn't make... I mean, Bayern Munich, the Bundesliga is a really weird league, because could you imagine a situation where Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was leaving and we got Jurgen Klopp? I mean, that's... Or I don't know. Let me think. So Mo Salah is leaving Liverpool and comes to Manchester United, because that's basically what Bayern Munich do. They get everybody's best players and everybody's best manager. There is no rivalry, really. I mean, they've taken Dortmund players, a manager for, you know, they'll take the best from that league. They basically monopolise and hoover up the best of what's in that league. Now, if you could do that in the Premier League, it would be amazing. Whether you're Chelsea, Man City, Manchester United, Liverpool. Imagine if you could just get the best of the league. Oh, look, Harry Kane's doing well, sign him up. Oh, Jamie Vardy's doing well, let's get him. Fofana, yep, let's get him as well. We'll have Salah, we'll have Mane, yep. We'll have Declan Rice, get me Ndidi while I'm there. And that's basically what Bayern Munich do. They just hoover up all the good players in that league easily, and they always have done. So, anyway, let's have a go through the teams. Obviously, there's a little bit of history in relation to Courtois, former Chelsea player, in goal for Real Madrid. They're playing a back 3, which is interesting. They've got Nacho, Varane and Militao. Carvajal and Marcelo are the wing backs, with Modric, Casemiro and Kroos, obviously, and then Benzema and Vinicius as a front two. So they're matching up with the way Chelsea play, which is quite interesting. And then Chelsea got Mendy in goal, Christensen, Thiago Silva, Rudiger. Their wing backs are Chilwell and Azpilicueta, Kante and Jorginho, Mount, Pulisic and Werner. So look, it depends what Chelsea we're going to get tonight, really. Yeah, it depends what sort of Chelsea we're going to get. I think that Chelsea against Manchester City in the Cup the other day were absolutely fantastic, but Chelsea against Brighton in the league after that weren't so good. And obviously their win against West Ham was somewhat lucky with the red card, but they're you never know what you're going to get with Chelsea, really. They can be pretty tight and 0-0, 1-0 sort of thing. Or they can, or it can be quite an open game, and I don't know how they're going to approach this. I imagine they're going to go quite tight. I hope Pulisic has a big day, says Jacob McCall. Well, their front three's good. Mount and Pulisic are very, very creative. I mean, I say the front three's good. I think obviously Werner could have done better, but I still think they've got a little bit of flair in the front three. You've got Kante and Kovacic in the midfield. Is it Kante and Kovacic? No, it's Kante and Jorginho. Kovacic is not back fit yet, so they would have to do without him. But yeah, I mean, they've got good quality players. Chelsea, they've got a very good squad. You look at the bench of both teams, and you've got Kepa, Alonso, Tammy Abraham, Caballero, Zuma, Giroud, Hudson-Odoi, Ziyech, Gilmour, James, and Havertz. I mean, Havertz, Ziyech, and Hudson-Odoi on the bench there, as well as the striking options they've got. Real Madrid, Eden Hazard is back on the bench, Asensio on the bench, Isco on the bench, Rodrigo on the bench. So they've got good options, Real Madrid, but I would argue that Chelsea have got the better squad, have got the better team. I got a bet on 0-0 could happen, judging by the lineup, says Daniel Kirk, and Chelsea have been my pick for the Champions League since Lampard left. I can see them getting past Real pretty easy, says Sean Negative Turner. Well, look, I don't think Liverpool were I was quite surprised by Liverpool against Real Madrid. I don't think we know how good Real Madrid are yet, because you cannot judge La Liga on and compare it to they're going to win the Champions League. I don't think you can do that. I think when you look at La Liga, Atletico Madrid, Chelsea were way better than them, and they're top of the league. So Liverpool, Real Madrid were way better than them in both games. But as we've seen with Liverpool, they're very, very poor. So I think Liverpool drew with Newcastle at the weekend. Liverpool are very, very poor at the moment. So Real Madrid comfortably beating Liverpool doesn't necessarily mean that Real Madrid will comfortably beat Chelsea, and maybe we'll see reality of the Premier League, because this is a proper top four Premier League side taking on a proper top four Champions League La Liga side. So it's going to be interesting to see how they marry up. I mean, look, maybe Real Madrid come into this game, they play as well as they do against Liverpool, they're much better than Chelsea. Maybe it's the other way around. It's going to be interesting. We've hit 68,000 signatures. That's a very good reminder, actually. I'm going to do that. And thank you for the super chat from Sean Negative Turner. Yes, so score prediction, I'm going to go with a 2-2. Right, let's have a look. Let's have a look what people are saying. So Praveen says, hi Mark, thoughts on exciting League One title race? Can Lille pull off a miracle? Well, you know what, Praveen, I've got to put my hand, I'll always put my hands up and say when I'm wrong. Some of my classics over the years, I suppose, when Liverpool bought I nearly said it. When Liverpool bought Van Dijk for 75 million, I came out and said, they've just spent 75 million on the Dutch Chris Smalling. That didn't go well. At the start of this season, I said that Timo Werner would win the Golden Boot. That didn't go well. And I've always said that the French league is a farmers' league and La Liga is crap. I mean, I still stand by that, but to be fair, the French league has been very interesting this season. I don't know why, because I haven't been watching it, but you would have thought PSG would run away with it, so fair play to that. And La Liga's been very, very good. But I think La Liga's very good for the reason I've said. I do think I'm right about this one. I'm sorry, I do. I think that the reason La Liga hasn't been that good this season is because Barcelona and Real Madrid have been miles miles off where they should be. So, but look, Real Madrid, especially under Zidane, I remember in the Ronaldo years, they used to do it all the time. Real Madrid are very good at timing their season. They're very, very good at coming late off the from behind. And didn't mean that. But you know what I mean. That they time it well. That they finish the job well. And are they about to do that again? We will see. We will definitely see. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm just pinning a comment to the top of this live chat here. Hopefully it's worked. Yes, it has. Lovely. Sign the petition. This is something I'm working on across both the United Stand and this channel. We've gone from 32,000 signatures to 68,000 in a day. I'm trying to get this enforce the 50+1 rule for professional football club ownership in the UK to 100,000 by Friday. And you can play your part. So please do sign the petition. It affects everybody. I know not everybody's massive about, that some Chelsea owners are very happy with their owner. But basically what this is to generate a proper debate in government in relation to this issue in football, to bring in a law which enforces professional football clubs to have at least 51% ownership, similar to a Bundesliga model. Now, look, whether it would end up being exactly the same or not, what we're looking to achieve here is fan representation on the board of every Premier League club. I don't think we'll get a 50+1, but I think what we will get is a reform of football where there is fan representation on the board. Now, that may well be at Chelsea with Roman Abramovich still running the club, but fan representation on the board. We need that at every single club, and that fan representation should have a stake in the say as well. That they cannot just be run over. What I would like to see is fan membership on the board of every Premier League football club, whereby decisions in relation to Super Leagues and things like that cannot be implemented unless that fan membership agrees with it. Not on everything. I'm not saying we've got to agree that, if you put a Tampax bloody sponsorship on your shirt, you don't need fan membership for that if they're paying good money. But I think on key issues about clubs going into debt and the structuring of the stadium, that sort of thing, you need fan membership on the board. We've got momentum at the moment. Please do sign the petition. The link is in the video description. And also share the link with as many people as possible. This is a challenge to get this done by Friday. So please help us do that by signing the petition. All you've got to do is click the link, couple of details. It will send you an email, confirm it on your email. Bang. You can do it in about 20 seconds. So thank you. This is a big benefit for football, I believe. We need to get fan representation in relation to all clubs, because at the end of the day, even if Chelsea fans are happy with Roman Abramovich, they still chose to go into a Super League without having anything to do with it. Have Chelsea gone with the defensive lineup, says Jack. Mark, you inspire me. Followed United Stand since 18k subs. I knew you were the best fan channel even then. You're so dedicated and committed, says Mr. Fur. Thank you very much. And never estimate how people get tricked into voting against their own interests. I've signed on petition, but money is king, politics and football, says Red Baron. Well, look, Red, I know, and I think there's a big battle ahead, but we have to try to make a change, and if you do nothing will happen. The fans own 51% of the club, so owners can't do anything without the fans' approval, obviously excluding investment and etc., says Stumped. Well, yeah, I mean, look, the 50+1 rule is one option, but ultimately what I really want to see is just fan membership on the board of every Premier League club. We don't have to have it the same, but we have to have reform. Effectively, what you get at a club like Bayern Munich is that you will get investors, there will be investors, there will be sponsorships and things like that. But obviously big key issues cannot go through without the fans saying so, which is why Dortmund and Bayern Munich were never ever going to be part of the Super League plans without it going to their fans. So it's very important. So please do it. Can we see Can we see the game? No, Abdullah. God, people still ask about that. Hope you're okay now, Mark. We're all thinking of you. Thank you for your content, even though these hard times. Rest in peace, your granddad, says John Gregg. Thank you very much. And is it Grand Theft Auto tonight? Dan, yes, it is. It is Grand Theft Auto tonight. And the link is in the video description for my Twitch page. If you want to click that and give me a follow as well, you'll get your notification. Looking to be live around 11 o'clock for that. So looking forward to a bit of GTA. I don't know how long I'll go. That's what she said. I don't know how long I'll go, but it's been long overdue that I get it back. And as Nazra says, when you've signed the petition, go to your email and accept it or it doesn't count. Yes. whatever email you use, make sure you sign it. And also, get your mum and dad to do it. Get your girlfriend, get her friends to do it. Get on your WhatsApp groups and send it out. I think we're going to hit 70,000 tonight, and then we're getting very, very close. Cheers from India. Hope you're doing well, says Trepid. Yeah, big shout out to everyone in India. I know you've got problems with the COVID, and hopefully you can get on top of it. It's going to be a long road ahead with that, I'm afraid. We had this in the UK around Christmas time. It takes a few months. You've got to unfortunately, you've got to hit the tip of the mountain, and then it will start coming down. But just keep doing what you're doing in relation to social distancing and things like that. It will help. Destructor has sent it to all my family to sign. Yes. And Dan says, bold of you to assume I have a girlfriend, Mark. What? Well, I nearly said something rude. I'm not going to say it. Signed petition, says Jack. Thank you very much. Thanks everyone who is signing the petition, by the way. Really, really important. We've just gone past 68,000 at the moment. So it is working and it is ticking over. Right. We are about 15 minutes away from kickoff. City versus Madrid in the final. What do you say? Says Sutrick. I think PSG versus Man City is obviously for tomorrow night, but I think it's a very intriguing game. I won't lie. Very intriguing. I was quite surprised by Bayern Munich. But they're gone, so there's no point talking about Bayern Munich. They're gone. And PSG deserved to beat them over 2 legs. So PSG Man City is interesting. I mean, I don't think Man City are this indomitable force that people think they are. I think they're just a very well organised team who will get goals. 1-0, 2-0 is the Man City way this season. Their work rate defensively is unbelievable. So it's going to be hard for PSG, but it's Pochettino against Pep as well. So I'm intrigued by that. I think we've got really good semi-finals. I do. Liverpool just weren't up for it this year. Bayern Munich weren't up for it this year. And I think we've got the 4 best teams in Europe into the semi-finals. Barcelona's not up to it this year as well. So I think we have got the 4 form teams in Europe at the moment. And 2 English clubs in the semi-finals. French club, again. PSG were finalists last year. Can they go to the final again and then win it? I think the winner of this tournament comes from the favourite for this tournament comes from the PSG Man City game. But as we saw, Chelsea were very worthy winners against Man City in the FA Cup semi-final. So I don't think Chelsea would fear Manchester City in a Champions League. But obviously it's the holy grail for Pep. He's obsessed with it. Man City have never won it. Chelsea could win it for the 2nd time. Real Madrid could win it for the 99th time, it seems. And PSG first time winning it as well. So there's a lot up for grabs. 2 clubs who've never won it. One who's won it once and one who's won it more times than anybody. Neymar, Mbappe and Di Maria are going to destroy Man City's defence, as King. Well, look, I can't wait for that. That's tomorrow night on this channel, so make sure you subscribe. Thanks everyone who smashed a like on the video. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Is there anything we can do to sign it if we're not in the UK, says Meltwater? It is for UK and British citizens. So British citizens can sign it if they're outside the UK. I don't know how you do it, though. I think you have to just pick a UK postcode or something. Well, Mark, big fan for a while now. Just wondering, is there any way people abroad like myself in Ireland can sign this petition? And if so, where is it? Says James Harkness. I think it's like I just said there. And Saka won the London Awards for the best young ahead of Mount, though. Thoughts, Mark, as XF said. Well, my thoughts on that are that that's ridiculous. If they've given an award out for the best London player and they've given it to Saka over Mount, I don't mind Saka having young player, but Mason Mount for me is arguably the player of the year. I think he's got to be a player of the year contender. Been fantastic. So, yeah. Neymar is key. I think Pep will have a way to stop him, says Barath. Hi Mark, in this match, who would you be rooting for, says Abdi. Well, we've had that chat before. Who's everybody in the live chat rooting for? Because I'm... as I said, I think if this was Real Madrid with Ronaldo and we hadn't had the Super League last week, I'd want Real Madrid to win because I never normally want the English team to win. But I've got to be honest, I'm just going to watch the game and make my mind up as the game goes on, really. I'd never normally want the English team to win. But I did want Chelsea to beat Atletico Madrid a couple of rounds ago just to prove that the Premier League's better than La Liga. So I suppose people might say, well, why are you not doing that again then? Why did it matter in a game that was the round before the quarterfinal, but it doesn't matter in the semi-final? So you raise a good point. I wouldn't mind Chelsea sort of outdoing Real Madrid and showing the quality of the Premier League compared to La Liga. On the other hand, I do like Zidane. I think Zidane has done a fantastic job at Real Madrid over the years. I just can't stand Florentino Perez, and he's an enemy of football. And the stuff that he was coming out with last week was just so nonchalant and arrogant. I just don't like the thought of him holding up a Champions League. So I suppose the scenario is, if it's Real Madrid versus Man City in the final, I don't want Perez stood there holding up a European Cup. I don't want Man City doing it either. So maybe I want a Chelsea PSG final. I don't know. We'll see how the game. I'm not massively for Chelsea, and I'm not massively against Real Madrid. I think I'm just looking forward to a good game. So, stupid people saying Messi is overrated, says Torek, and can sign the petition. Thanks to Rich, he signed the petition. Yeah, the petition is there to be signed. Please do it, and make sure to confirm it when you're on your emails. Archie Wall says that he thinks it's going to be a low-scoring game. And Mark, as Chelsea fans want Bruce Book out, Roman had no say in joining the Super League, but he was the one who withdrew from it. He leaves a board in England to make decisions led by Book, says Sino. Well, there you go. That's the thing. And you know what? That's why, as a Chelsea fan, I would sign that petition, because what we're looking for is to get fans on the board of clubs so that these things can't happen. I don't think fans want to be involved in the day-to-day stuff and everything like that, but I think we do want to have a say in what's going on. The petition, Mike, is pinned at the top of the live chat. You can sign it there. And basically what the petition is for is to get the British government, which they will, debate the ownership structures of football clubs in the Premier League so that we can get fan membership on the board so that key decisions cannot be made about your football club or football in general without consultation with fans. And that's the petition. It needs to hit 100,000 though for the government to debate it. We're at nearly 70,000. So everybody, please, please, please sign that petition. The link is at the top of the live chat. You fill it in. It doesn't take 15 seconds, and then you just confirm it on your email. I think Chelsea has chance to win because Tuchel is doing his job very good, says Thomas. Very good English, Thomas. And Mark, what time's Ollie's presser tomorrow, says Harith. I've not even looked yet. What players would you take from these two teams tonight, says Connor Mitchell. And Bart says, stop promoting 50+1. I know you're upset, but that is a bad solution. It's anti-competitive and allows Bayern to easily win the league every year. Billionaires level the playing field, says Bart. Well, look, Bart, you're entitled to your opinion, but as I've said before, this is not really about 50+1. It's about getting the debate of that sort of a solution in government, because I don't think we would end up with 50+1 anyway, but I do think we can end up with fan membership on the board. And that ultimately, that's what I want. So sign the petition. Who would I take from each club who's playing today? Because I do like Kovacic, but he's not playing today. I would take from Real Madrid, I would probably take Varane, actually, because he's playing tonight. And from Chelsea, I would take... Well, Kante would have to be a consideration. I don't really want Mount or... I'd probably take... I quite like... you know what? I wouldn't mind Mount or Pulisic, because you know what I would do with them? In United's current system, I'd have Bruno at 10 and I'd play Pulisic or Mount off the right. So I think I'd probably take Varane and either Kante or Pulisic, to be honest with you. So, yeah. I mean, Casemiro's a good shout as well. But Kante would probably... I think Varane and Kante would be more important for United because we need a centre-back and a CDM, even though our manager and coach and owners don't seem to think that. I think we do need a centre-back and a CDM. Very good. Very good indeed. I need Benzema to score a header to win £300, says Rudy Cox. Okay, right, I need to get my timer ready because we are getting close to kick-off, 5 minutes out. Let's get your score predictions in. I've gone with a 2-2 draw, which would be obviously very, very good from a Chelsea point of view. 2 legs makes it very interesting. It's never over till it's over unless you smash them in the first leg. I don't think we're going to see either game tonight or tomorrow in that situation. I don't think we're going to see game-defining first legs. Obviously, the second legs are next week. But look, it's exciting having a Champions League semi-final. I wish we could have some fans in the ground. I don't know when we do get fans in the ground. In England, we had fans in the ground for the Carabao Cup final. And we had them for the FA Cup semi-final. I don't know when that's going to progress further because, to be honest with you, the COVID infection rate in the UK at the moment is minimal. And obviously, we're having protests, and there's going to be a big protest at Old Trafford on Sunday with thousands of people there. So I think that we do need to start getting fans back in the ground. But we don't have that. But we do have what I believe are very, 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 very good games coming up. So I'm looking forward to it. And I hope you are as well. Please subscribe to the channel, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. You're all very, very welcome. This is That's Football, and it's a channel for everybody. It's not club-specific, although I'm sure we all have clubs that we are rooting for. They may not be playing here, but you're very welcome anyway. I've just put the bloody wrong tweet there. Let's have a look. It's not a bad link to put, but you know. And yeah, I will be doing a bit of Twitch tonight. Grand Theft Auto is back tonight. The link's in the video description if you want to give me a follow on Twitch. Be live about 11 o'clock. Haven't been live playing that for a week or so. Bit like the FIFA stuff yesterday. It's been a bit of a pain with all of the Super League stuff. So, Mark asked you what type of haircut I should get on your last watch along, and I did what you told me to do, which was to get a fade, says Adject. Good. Fades are very good. I think I don't know whether I would do a weekly podcast, says George Nichols. You know what? I'm looking, I am looking. Actually, we've got a minute or two here. I am looking to start doing a weekly podcast. I'm just not, and it will be exclusively on a podcast platform. I will not be uploading it to YouTube or anything like that. So it is going to be something very different. Of course, this is not in the Bernabeu. The Bernabeu is being rebuilt, I think, at the moment. Somebody told me. Will Chris Wood make a good backup, says Marketing James. Not for Manchester United. But yeah, what I'm thinking about doing with the podcast, I've got a lot of different ideas. I could have a different guest every week and have it about football. I could have a different guest every week and make it more about lifestyle. I could have the same co-host with me every week talking about football or talking about lifestyle. So there's lots and lots of different options I could do. Do it on Spotify for Mr. X, says Patrick. Yeah, I'm not here to make money for him, to be fair. 3 minutes left before the kickoff, says Charles. Yeah. If City win the Champions League, you go bold, says Memes by. I don't want City to win the Champions League, but now they can't win the treble, I'm not obsessed by it. I don't want them to it, but I'm not obsessed. And Red Baron says to Bart, yeah, Bart, billionaire owners make it a level playing field. Never heard so much stupidity in one comment. Basically, whoever has the most money wins. That's the competition you want, says Red Baron. Please can you say hi to Fergus? Thank you from Josh Ardron. There you go. Yeah, look, sign the petition if you want reform in football. That's what it's about. Whether we get the 50+1 or whether we get something, similar or whatever. What we're really looking for here is to get fan membership on the board so that we have some control over the clubs that we love. And the current system is a joke. You could get lucky and get what Man City and Chelsea have got, who still signed up for the Super League anyway without asking you. I still don't understand how Chelsea and Man City think that they're innocent when, I know they're very happy with their owners, but they still wanted to go into the Super League. Or you could have the nightmare that Manchester United and Arsenal have got, where we've just got greedy owners who don't want to build a football team. They just want to build their own pockets. So we need fan membership, whether you're Norwich or Manchester United, whether you're Arsenal or Bournemouth. This needs to happen. So sign the petition and let's get some reform in football. We've got to put pressure on the government because this is the UK. The link's in the video. The link's at the top of the chat. Sign that petition. Confirm it on your email. Let's go. Make Ricky your co-host, says Riley Boyd. Well, there's lots of options. There are lots of options. You're right. I'm not going to deny that. So yeah, I'm going 2-2. We're about to kick off here. Zidane's going to shake the hands of Tuchel. Zidane looking suave and happy. Off topic, but who do you think Tottenham will bring in to manage them next season? That's not off topic, AJS. That was a topic I was going to discuss. So we will definitely discuss that. The match is on BT. Yes, they've got the rights to Champions League football. The ref tonight is a Dutch police officer, says Matthew Larney. Well, Matthew, Let's hope he doesn't get his truncheon out. Maybe Matthew does, I don't know. Jorginho, there's Sergio Ramos there, look. Looking cool as ever. He does dress well, Sergio Ramos, I've always said that. Every girl's crazy about a smart dressed man, as ZZ Top once. I used to really like ZZ Top. They were like these two guitarists and a tall guy with big beards. And, you know, actually, they're a bit crap. Every girl's crazy about a sharp dressed man. Down, 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 down. She got legs. She knows how to use them. Do, 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 do. ZZ Top. I've probably upset their fan base now. Yeah, we will talk about Tottenham. Anyway, we've kicked off here. Let me get the time on screen. There we go. Would I still take Sergio Ramos as Declan? Oh, mate, I'd take Sergio Ramos over the alternative at United next season, which is going to be nothing. Long ball over the top from Chelsea there. Pulisic was nearly in, but he was offside, so nothing to write home about there from Jorginho. Legs had an elite music video. It did. It was ZZ Top were very early days MTV. You know when MTV used to just play music all day. Now MTV is not even about the music, is it? I don't even know. When I was young, I used to. I remember us getting satellite Sky TV when I was in. I think I was at primary school, and no, I was not. I was at secondary school because it was definitely. Maybe I was at primary school. It was early 90s anyway. And we got Sky TV. And there was 9 channels. 9 channels. Sky 1, Sky News, Sky Movies, the Movie Channel, Sky Sports, Eurosport, MTV, Screen Sport, and some lifestyle thing. And that was it. And I thought we were rich. I was like, oh my God, 9 channels. 9 channels. I used to shout out the window at people walking past. Shut up, you poor. I've got 9 channels. You've only got 4. It works. I had a chant. Shut up, you poor. Shut up, you poor. I've got 9 channels. You've only got 4. Shut up, you poor. Shut up, you poor. I've got 9 channels. You've only got 4. And then about a week later, Channel 5 launched. So I looked a bit of a twat and had to change my song. But ultimately, the game is ongoing. Real Madrid are just knocking the ball about here. But yeah, MTV back in those days, you'd put it on and you'd be able to watch it for 3 hours because it'd be like Billy Joel, New Kids on the Block. It was always music. Now you put it on, well, you go to the music area, there's about 50 channels, and MTV is just all about bloody look at my crib, bitch, and the Kardashians and crap like that. I've got 9 channels. You've only got 4. Thing is, we were quite poor, really. We were definitely working class. I used to own it. Who only had 1 pair of school trousers at school? I did. And every morning I used to sponge them down because they were muddy. Yeah. Working class hero, me. Yeah. Character building. James P says, I had to share mine. How do you share the same trousers? What if you go to school in pants one day, or do you just both walk around, you and your brother, in the same big baggy trousers of your dad's? I've got double maths. Well, I've got art. We can't both go. Anyway, 0-0 after the first few minutes. Little bit of a slow start, but there you go. It won't be a slow start on the stream. We'll go off on tangents. I love that. I've just remembered my chant. I loved it. Loved it. Who do you think is going to win the Champions League, Jacob? I think this game's going to have a very big impact on it. And I don't want to come out with a Michael Owen obvious quote, but what I mean is how good these teams are. I do believe that PSG or Man City are going to provide the favourites for the final. But Chelsea started off quite well here. Werner Oh, he's just overplayed it. Although, Aspie's got it. Aspilicueta. Cross comes in. There's free on the back. It's Chilwell. Into Mason. Is it Mason Mount or is it Jorginho? I can't tell. I think it's Mason Mount. Into Jorginho. Chelsea starting off very, very well. And I think this is the interesting thing about this game. It's La Liga against the Prem. I believe the Premier League is way better than La Liga. And are we going to see that? Because a lot of people think Real Madrid are going to win. GTA is back tonight. Yes, crossing the channel. Links in the video description to give me a follow on Twitch. So good start from Chelsea here. Shut up, you're poor. Shut up, you're poor. I've got 9 channels. You've only got 4. It's a good chance. People will be like, what is he on about? I did it on the bus the first Monday. It got installed on the Saturday. And I stood on the bus. I got on the bus and I did it. And I stood up and I went, shut up, you're poor. Shut up, you're poor. I've got 9 channels. You've only got 4. The trouble was, I was only a second year when I did it. And I got beat up by the lads on the back. But then again, the joke was on them because although I had a couple of black eyes and my arm was in a sling, at least I had the other hand to change to my 9 channels and watch Sky Sports. Okay. I used to love the back of the bus going to school. We had a double decker and you basically progressed through the years. All the way to the back on the top. But I don't know how hold on a minute, Kante. I don't know how the years work now because when I was at school, secondary school was what year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then year 6 was 6th form. But now they start it off in primary school, don't they? So actually, when you go to school, secondary school, I think you start off in year 10 or something stupid like that. But we ended up on the back of our school bus before we should have done because the year before our final year, we kicked their people off the back because they were just geeks. We had a coupe. We kicked them off. Do you think anyone will catch Real Madrid's 13 Champions League titles? I don't know. You start at year 7. There you go. There you go. Who's going to be Spurs' next manager was something people wanted to talk about. Real Madrid just knocking it about a bit here. Well, I've heard Gareth Southgate being mentioned, to be honest. I think Nagelsmann was somebody I always thought could end up at Spurs, but didn't. And I think that Ten Hag from Ajax would be a good coach for them. Brendan Rodgers apparently said no already. I don't know why Brendan Rodgers would want to leave Leicester. I think he's building something at Leicester where they'll support him at Leicester as well. I mean, the size of Spurs' stadium is obviously better than Leicester, and Spurs are a bigger club than Leicester, but is it the right time for Brendan Rodgers to do that? I don't think it is. I think he knows he's going to be in the Champions League next year and Spurs won't be. But Madrid doing quite well here. Chelsea defensively set up, but Madrid having a bit of the ball. Allegri at Spurs, maybe, yep. Look, I think at the end of the day, Spurs have suffered enough. They don't need to get Gareth Southgate. And I wouldn't mind seeing a Ten Hag or an Allegri at Spurs, to be honest with you. Sorry, Bart, I've had a rubbish day, no excuse, and I disagree with your comment. Nothing personal, says Red Baron. And Jake says, Mark, my girlfriend thinks I'm an alcoholic. Can you be my counsellor, says Jake Howard. Jake, I'm not a counsellor in alcoholism, unfortunately, but you can seek help. The only one I know is AA, and that's not. Don't phone the AA about it. Hold on a minute. Here's Real Madrid. Good tackle. I don't mean AA, the car recovery people. I mean Alcoholics Anonymous. Joachim Low at Spurs, says Shan. I don't know what his plan is next, having been at Germany. Could be a shout. Could be a shout. Chelsea on the break here with Mason Mount again. And he's gone for a cross. Pulisic! Werner! Oh my bloody God! What a prat! How has he missed that? Oh, he's cursed. In footballing terms, Timo Werner is cursed. Werner, another unbelievable miss. Unbelievable miss. How does he do it? I don't even know. He's 6 yards out. It's a perfect put it in, and Courtois saves it. Here it is. Oh, I mean, it's a great save. I mean, to be honest, if that's your keeper, you're going to say, what a great save. Definitely. But I tell you what, it's... he's got to score. He's got to score that, Annie. He has got to score that. In a Champions League semi-final. I think Chelsea fans will let him off at home to Brighton, but in a Champions League semi-final against Real Madrid, away from home, it should be 1-0 to Chelsea. They'll definitely buy a striker. But Werner and Pulisic linked up quite well. Here's Kante. Lovely ball by Kante. He's got to put the cross in. Werner! Oh, he's got to get on the end of that as well. He could have had 2. 2 for 1. He's got none. Lovely cross by Azpilicueta. Chelsea have started off very well here. Very, very well. He's wearing pink boots. Oh my God. He's wearing bloody pink boots. I've just figured it out. He's wearing pink boots. What a prat. What a prat. But they're getting a lot of space down this right-hand side. Azpilicueta into Kante. Lays it off to Pulisic. Wide again. Here's Mount to Chilwell. Lovely play. Cross comes in. He wants a handball. He ain't going to get a handball for that. And it goes out for a corner. He's wearing pink boots. Did nobody tell him? Don't wear pink boots. It's the pink boots, Timo. It's the pink boots. Yeah, but I do think on a serious level, you can see why I said that I thought that Werner could win the Golden Boot this year. Because if he'd scored all the chances he's missed, he probably would win the Golden Boot. But Chelsea will definitely be looking for a striker in the summer. And you can't blame them, really. Because he's had a lot of chances this season and he's missed a lot of them. And I know you could say, well, when he scores a couple, he'll get confident. But he has scored a couple and he's still never found that consistency. He does miss a lot of chances. And obviously, I didn't watch a load of Bundes. I knew a lot about Werner, and I would have took him at United, definitely. I think Klopp wanted him at Liverpool, but I didn't watch him enough to know that he actually does miss quite a lot of chances. But a good start by Chelsea. You know, you keep your head up and you go again. Here's Kante again. They're dominating Madrid at the moment. I would say, I don't know what anybody else thinks, but I think that they're definitely the better side at the moment. Chelsea playing very, very well. Nice ball over the top. Pulisic. He's in all sorts of space. Pulisic. And he scores. It's 1-0 to Chelsea. I told you they were on top. And it's only what Chelsea deserve. What a start by Chelsea. They've been all over Real Madrid. All over them. And Pulisic. I mean, it should be 2-0. Domination from Chelsea. 1-0. Pulisic. Domination so far. Tuchel will be over the moon. But they've just caught them out again. Over the top. Nacho's left him. I don't know what the Madrid defence is doing there. But it's a lovely goal by Pulisic. They're playing a high line. It's almost like Real Madrid don't know how to play this system. They're playing a high line. And Pulisic has got in. He's rounded the keeper. There's people on the line and he smashed it off the back of Varane. And it's 1-0 to Chelsea. And the funny thing is, I was literally saying it just before they scored. The start that they've had, they'll be very, very happy with. And at the moment, the Premier League is absolutely annihilating Real Madrid. And I'm sure Liverpool will be looking at this and saying, you know what? If we just played anywhere near our potential, what could we have done? What could we have done? Super chat coming in. I told you, Mark Pulisic as Jacob Michael. Well, look, not only are Chelsea winning 1-0, they've also got the away goal as well. Was that Varane's fault? It was Nacho who let the runner go, and it's Nacho who's going to get a yellow card here. He's having a bit of a nightmare, Nacho. But the problem with Real Madrid is that they're playing this high line. Kathy says Chelsea frighteningly good at the moment. Tuchel to best PSG in the final would be the ultimate banter, says Muzzy Lions. Real are dead, says Pedge. I said it about 20 minutes ago. The thing about this game is you don't know how good Real Madrid are. La Liga this year is not strong. Yes, they beat Liverpool, but Liverpool are not good. This was always going to be the acid test for Real Madrid up against one of the best teams in Europe on form. And at the moment, they're nowhere near them. I would put that goal on Nacho's fault. He's got to go with the runner. Got to go with the runner there. But it's a corner to Chelsea here. Callum says it's poor from Varane. You might want to watch it back, Callum. It's Nacho's runner. He lets him go, and then he doesn't go after him. I wouldn't put any blame on Varane for that, to be honest. But if you want to, that's up to you. Cleared away by Real Madrid. 16 minutes gone, and as I said, the most important thing here: Chelsea have an away goal, which is obviously very important in this two-legged system that we have. Real Madrid need to kick up the arse. I'll tell you what I think Madrid's problem is. I watched them play against Liverpool a couple of times and they didn't play with this back five. I just wonder whether Zidane has tried... Do Real Madrid play with a back five very often? I don't watch La Liga this season, so I don't know. But it seems to me they're playing a system that they're not really used to. The three centre-backs, Militao and Varane and Nacho, there's a lot of space between them. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes to a back four very, very soon. Because they're getting pulled around a lot at the moment. Connor Shields, thank you for the super. Thank you for joining the members club. Thank you very much. Please do shine, Connor. Please do sign the petition. By the way, I've put it pinned at the top. This is for reform in English football. It's really important. Please do sign it. We're trying to get up to 100,000 signatures by Friday. Get this in front of the government as soon as possible. So the link is in the video at the top of the chat box for that. It affects everybody, so it doesn't matter who you support. Please do it. But Real, I tell you what, best team has scored first here as well. Best team in relation to performance, but best team in relation to spectacle. Because the away team, it means that, you know, ultimately this game isn't over at full time. It's only half time. But in the context of the game and the wider game, Real Madrid know they've got to get back in it. They need a goal. The petition is for reform in English football, basically. We're looking to get fan membership on boards. Now, 50 plus 1 is one option, which is mentioned in the petition. But ultimately, the end game may not be 50 plus 1 because of the ownership structures in place. What we want to have is fan membership on the board of every Premier League club so that no decision can be made like was made last week without fan consultation. That's what we're looking for. That's what we're looking for the government to implement, and they can implement that sort of thing. So very important to sign the petition. If we do nothing, then the Super League will go through next time and it will impact everybody. I'm looking forward to the Euros, John Ritson. I was talking to somebody about the Euros today, about what the plan is for the Euros. So I'm going to do watch-alongs on this channel, so please subscribe. But I'm going to do a few other things as well. I think the Euros is a bubble. I think it's its own event, isn't it? And I think it's an exciting thing, so I'm looking forward to it. I've not thought too much about it yet because there's still, we've got Champions League semi-finals. We've got Some of us have got Europa League semi-finals as well. But yeah, I am excited about the Euros. I do worry about a couple of things. One of them you might be able to help me with. The first thing I worry about is player fatigue. I think every player will go into that tournament tired. So, and there's no gap between the end of the season and the Euros. Normally you get a couple of weeks. There's no gap. I think the Premier League doesn't end till the end of May, and then the Euros starts on the 14th of June or something. So, and there's 3 friendlies in between for England. So there's no downtime for anybody. It's very sad. I think that could have an impact on it. Werner was offside there. And the second thing for me is, will there be fans 11th of June it starts? I mean, there's just no break. There's no break. James Wright says he's signed it 5 times, the petition. I don't know how he's managed to do that, but thank you, James. And will we have crowds in the ground for the Euros? I don't know. I don't know what they're doing about that. But 5 subs in the game will help. It'll be a squad tournament for sure, says Chris. And they've increased the... I saw today that they've increased the squad size to 26, which I think is intelligent as well. So means you can take 3 more outfield players, because you always take 3 goalkeepers anyway. So you can take 3 more outfield players, which means Southgate should definitely be taking Bellingham, Grealish, Foden and Mount now, which is good. Tuchel's done a great job, Luca. I'll shout him out. He has done a very, very, very good job. Nicholas says that Denmark has promised at least 12,000 fans. It's confirmed. There you go. I think in England we will have fans in the ground as well, but it's the travel, isn't it? I don't know how travel's going to work, because if it's a Portugal versus Spain final and it's held at Wembley, which I don't know whether it is. Here's Pulisic. He's running through. He's got players in front of him. Feeds it out wide to Werner. He won't keep that in. Oh, he does keep it in. You might not be able to fly in if you're Portuguese or Spanish. So I don't know how it's going to work. Apparently the petition is flying towards 69,000. So thanks everyone who is signing it. We're 55 away from 69,000. So it's going very, very well. Thank you everyone who is signing it. Let's hope by tomorrow night we're near 80,000. Real Madrid on the attack here. Benzema. Good shot. Oh, is it? Oh, what? I thought he first of all, I thought he'd hit the post. Then I thought it was in. It's pissing it down with rain. But Werner here, not Werner, Benzema picks it up, edge of the box. There's Chelsea players around him. He hits a wonderful shot, and I think it skims off the post. Left-footed. Yeah, outside the post. Lovely shot by Benzema. Jonathan 23S says, what a shot by Benzema. It was absolutely brilliant. If that had gone in. Connor Shields says, it'd be nice if the petition was international. I can't sign right now. Connor, it's a real shame, actually. Oh, Kante, 2v3, feeds it into Werner. Again, it's too wide for him. Some of the passes just slipping away a bit at the moment because it's raining. But yeah, it is a shame that international people can't sign it, because it's all right. UK government are going to talk about it, but it impacts us all, because we're all, they're English clubs, so I get it. But ultimately, not all clubs are supported by English fans or UK British fans. Can you do a watch along for the Old Firm on Sunday? It says Tucker. I can't because of the protest. Alex says, have you got a prediction for tomorrow? I'm not even thinking about tomorrow's game yet. You don't have to be in the UK to sign it, by the way. If you're a British citizen, you can sign it. If anyone's got any advice on how you do that, though, because I don't know what you have to put down a postcode, don't you? And if you have already signed it, remember, I got 20 people to sign it that I knew today. So it's not just about you signing it. If everybody gets 10 people to sign it, we'll blitz it. So your brother, your mother, your lover, your friends, get it in the WhatsApp groups, send it, get them to do it. I almost feel like it's an election campaign. How many people can you get to sign it? Just copy that link that's at the top of the chat and put it in a WhatsApp group and say, everybody please sign this. Good point here from Thor's Hammer. He says Madrid's left side is sus. Well, Marcelo or Marcello or whatever you want to call him, he's getting on a bit now, isn't he? But I think that Madrid's problem here is I think they'd be better if they went to a back four. The back five isn't working. They're not getting forward, so they've got one too many defender on at the moment. It's not working for them. And as I said, I did ask somebody, but I don't think this is the system that Real Madrid use. Riley Boyd says, "Can I just use a random address?" I don't know. If you read the chat, somebody will help you out. Hi Mark, I'm always curious why Varane tends to have not so good games without Ramos, says Philman. I don't think any Real Madrid defender's having a good game at the moment because I think they're playing in a system that doesn't suit them. Jonathan says Marcelo is absolutely done. Madrid on the attack here. 25 minutes, but it's been a fantastic start for Chelsea. If you're a Chelsea fan, I'd be very happy with the start that you've had. Totally deserved the goal. Werner should have scored before that. You could even make a case for them being 2-0 up. But they've defended very well. They've been the better team on the ball. They've passed really well. Here's Mason Mount again. The referee gets in the way of the switch there. Mason Mount having a very, very good game again. They're the better team by a very long way. Reminds me a lot of the Atletico Madrid game, actually, in when they played the away game. It is raining a lot. I'll be on Twitch tonight. If you want to give me a follow, the link's in the video description for Twitch. I'll be playing a bit of Grand Theft Auto tonight. Very excited to get back playing, actually. Oh, yellow card here for a foul on Azpilicueta. That's 2. I think there'll be a few yellow cards tonight. It's very wet and slippy. Second away goal would be huge, says Lawrence. I think Real Madrid are going to have to... I would say even at this early stage, Real Madrid are going to have to turn this around quite convincingly because at the moment they're not doing that well. It's absolutely pissing it down with rain, though. It's definitely having an impact. Ramos has took his coat off. I don't know when Ramos is back fit. I don't. What does everybody think about this game then? Why do you think Madrid are struggling? I think it's a system thing. Are you doing a watch along Sunday for the United game? Says Declan Brooks. There will be a watch along. Yes, might be a little bit different, but there will be one. Why they're not playing at Madrid? Says Rich. I think they're building a stadium, aren't they, at the Bernabeu? Good cross, Chilwell, and Madrid bring it away. Here's Modric. Goes down the channel. I'll tell you what I would say, though. On this form, I don't think Madrid would give much of a game to PSG or Man City, do you? Here's Vinicius into Cruz. And he wins a corner. Corner from Real Madrid here. Bill Gates says that Madrid are missing Ramos and Mendy. Good left-back Mendy, actually. Better than that one that Man City have got. That Mendy's not that good, but the Mendy that Ferland Mendy, that's his name, he's better. Lewis Spoll says that Vinicius Jr. reminds him of Rashford. They've gone with a short corner here. Marcelo whips it, back post. Varane wins the header. Back into the box. But Benzema! What a goal! 1-1. That's all it takes. Benzema, overhead kick from close range, and that's all it takes. It's game on. I tell you what, this is good. This is good. We've got a game on here. Ramos is stood up. He's happy. He's took his coat off. It's a well-worked corner. It went short. Back post. It was Casemiro who won the first header, actually. Casemiro wins the header on the back post. Heads it across. I think Varane... No, it wasn't Varane. I think it was... I don't know who it was, but it's the finish by Benzema. I think it's Militao. It never touches the ground. Pure power. It never touches the ground from Marcelo's cross. Back post, Casemiro heads it across. Militao with the flick. Benzema controls it with his head and then volleys it in. It's a lovely goal. It's a lovely goal from Benzema. And it's game on. It's game on here. It's 1-1 and it's game on. If Chelsea get their final ball right, this tie will be over. They could score 4 or 5, says Sean Negative Turner. I think you're right, Sean. From my point of view, I'm very happy it's 1-1. You want to see a good game. That's all you want to see in these latter stages of big tournaments. And I think Real Madrid have been a bit disappointing, but they win a corner, they work it short, and it's a very, very, I bet they've practiced that on the training ground. I should have said that. They've practiced that on the training ground. Very strong in the air. And I tell you what, Chelsea be very disappointed with that because Chelsea are very good from set pieces normally. But yeah, I mean, on the balance of play, half an hour gone, I think Chelsea have been the better side and Real Madrid will be very, very happy with that. But to be fair to Benzema, he nearly scored a worldie with his left foot. So probably what he deserves. But Chelsea just need to go again now. They've been the better side. They've been pegged back. That can happen in football. Both teams can score. And it's 1-1. Oh, Casemiro's hurt himself here. Don't know what he's done. I think he's... I don't know what he's done, but he had a big part to play in the goal, Casemiro. Are you going to watch F1 this weekend, Mark? Portuguese Grand Prix, I think McLaren might have a chance at podium, says Jaden Lyons. I haven't even watched any Formula 1 this year yet. If Chelsea get their final... Yeah, I've read that one as well. Thanks for the super chats that are coming in. Please subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Everyone's welcome on here, and we will be doing PSG Man City tomorrow. Header crossed and Courtois has got it. Just signed the petition and I'm from New York. You just need to use a Manchester postal code, says Odari Grant. Thanks everyone who is signing the petition. It's pinned at the top of the chat. I've had a brain blank. I can't remember my bloody chants. I know what the final line is. I've got 4. You've got 4 channels. I've got 9 channels. You've only got 4. And what was the start? I can't remember what the start of it was, which is mad because it's my bloody chant, and I've just had a brain blank. I'd still change the way that they're playing at the back. I'd go to 4 at the back. I think it was that, wasn't it? I knew it was something about poor. You are so poor. You are so... Nice, that's it. You're so poor. You are so poor. I've got 9 channels. You've only got 4. You are so poor. You are so poor. I've got 9 channels. You've only got 4. It only worked in the early 90s. Basically, if you had Sky TV in the early 90s, you had 9 channels. And if you didn't, you only had 4. BBC 1, BBC 2, ITV and Channel 4. I can't remember what year Channel 5 came out, but it ruined my chant, really. And Sky started adding, shut up, you're poor. Shut up, you're poor! That was it. It was shut up, you're poor. That was it. It was much better. Shut up, you're poor. Shut up, you're poor. I've got 9 channels. You've only got 4. Loved it. I wish I could go back to those days. Smugbridge. Still 1-1 here. 33 minutes gone. It's been a cracking first half, to be fair. It's not flown by at all. We've just been able to soak it up like the rain in a sponge. It's been great. And Benzema deserves his goal. Hits a very good shot. But look at how high that Real Madrid line is. That ball over the top is on a lot, and you wonder why they're doing it. Well, they've been told to do it. if you've ever played football at a decent level, you'll always be looking at the screen going, why are they doing that? Why are they doing that? Because the coach has told them to do it. You can't go rogue. Check your junk box for the email, Michael Collins, for the petition. We're closing in on 70,000. Thanks everyone who's signing it, by the way. Shut up, your poor. Shut up, your poor. Oasis get back together or United win the Europa League? It's a Sahil. Good question. I think I'd probably like to see Oasis back together because the Europa League's just a Poundland Champions League. Anyway, nice ball out wide to Pulisic. Cross comes in. Pulisic gets it back. Aspilicueta's the ball there, surely. Oh, it's a good cross, actually. And goes to throw in for Real Madrid. Mike says, stop singing that people are poor. It's not funny. Mike! Go and get a bloody sense of humour, you miserable shite. I'm from a poor background. I'm from a working class background. It's a joke. I was about 9 years old when I was singing it. "2000 Channel 5 came out," says Ezra. I think it came out before 2000. I wasn't living in Ireland when it came out. I'm sure it was out before that. I seem to think Channel 5 came out in about 95. Do you think Ollie will go super defensive versus Liverpool, Avesh? Yeah. Well, yeah, I think he will do, but I don't know why. I mean, we went to Anfield in January, got a 0-0 draw and thought we were bloody brilliant. And then the next 4 or 5 teams, like Burnley and Brighton, went and smashed them, didn't they? Mike's got 4 channels. I've got 9 channels. Mike's only got 4. Shut up, Mike, you're poor. Shut up, Mike, you're poor. I've got 9 channels. Mike's only got 4. I hope you're smiling, Mike, because it is a joke. Spice Girls launched Channel 5. Yeah, it must have been mid-90s. '97. It launched in 97, says Eugene. Let's all meet up in the year. I tell you what, Mike, if you wouldn't have lasted like somebody just said there, you wouldn't have lasted in the 80s, 90s as a kid. Bloody hell, there was no snowflakes then. It never snowed. You bloody the things people used to do. I remember a lad being put in a bloody coal bunker. It was like this coal. You know, like you get grits. You know, you get these grit things. They're like little grit boxes. That's what it is. Like you can go in it and get some grit out. They had a coal box in our village, and they put somebody in it, and they were threatening to put matches in it as a laugh. I mean, imagine that poor person in it. They got locked up, quite rightly so. But you know, all sorts of it was a tough world in the late 80s and 90s, and it was probably worse in the 50s. I wasn't alive then. Sign the petition, says Finn. Sam Callow has signed it. Thank you very much. Thanks everyone who is signing it. It's for football. 38 minutes here. Real Madrid a bit more confident now, but you can still see how wet it is. The water spraying up when the pass is played along the grass. You can see the rain on the TV screen as well. It's absolute. I wonder if it'll get to a point with that sort of rain that it has an impact on the game, because you don't normally see that. You can't normally see the rain on the screen like that. That's a lot of rain coming down. Look how wet they are. I'll tell you what, it's so wet out there, I'm expecting Marty Pello to come out in a minute and sing Love Is All Around Us. They've got good drainage systems, it should be alright. Hi Mark, you think Ollie plays a passive side-to-side ball to conserve energy, seeing as though he only trusts so many in his squad? Don't be poor, get cable, says John Pablo. Isn't that off Simpsons? And that weather looks so bad, I thought Chelsea were playing Hail Madrid, says Luke. Oh, Luke, that's a poor one. Do you prefer Noel Gallagher or Liam Gallagher solo, says Joel Crawford? I don't really pay a lot of attention to either of them solo, I've got to be honest. I've never been a big fan of solo projects. If you're in a band, you're in a band. You know, it's like Paul McCartney outside of the Beatles. I like the frog chorus, but that's about it. That's what she said, says Alvin. Jay says, Chelsea I love. I think he meant to put the U on the end. Marcelo with the cross. Chelsea just got to be a little bit careful here. Very, very good start to the game. Although they're away here, they've got a 3v3. And it is that 3. It's Werner, Mount and Pulisic. Varane's up against Werner. Side netting shot. I think Varane had him covered. Beyonce did quite well on her own, says Tariq. Yeah. She did. But it's not really my sort of music. I'm talking about proper... I think there's a big difference between Oasis and Destiny's Child. I'm talking about proper bands like Oasis and the Stone Roses. And Take That. It just doesn't work when they separate. Timo ain't feeling it, says Choi. He ain't been feeling it for a long, long time. Kante's had a good game, though. I think Kante's had a good game. I'm looking forward to United on Thursday night, Jack. I think a bit like this game, it's you don't really know you don't know how good Roma are going to be against United. I mean, Real Madrid have bounced back well in this game, but I think definitely Chelsea have been the better side and are definitely the favourites here. Roma lost at the weekend, yeah. Grand Theft Auto's back at 11 o'clock. Michael. Mark, do English teams play better under rain as they are more used to it, says Sumya. I think it does actually rain in Spain. And when it rains in Spain, it's... oh, this has gone out there. Rains a lot. I think Smalling is back for the Roma game, Mohammed, yeah. I'm not going abroad this summer, no. I'd like to, but I'm not going to bother. I'm going to be responsible and stay back in England for this year. I don't feel comfortable because I don't think everywhere's going to be open, is it? So... Pogba's not suspended, no. That was a bit of a myth that was flying around. JC was nothing without NSYNC, says Alvin. The rain in Spain falls mainly on the plain, says David Nardiello. Hashtag MyFairLady. Which I've never seen. But Madrid have definitely come back into this. Half-time probably coming about the right time for Chelsea here. They'll be very happy with their first 25 minutes. Probably should have been 2-0 up. They'll be happy with 1-1. It's better than 0-0 because you got the away goal. But they'll be a little bit disappointed with 1-1 really, because I don't think it really reflects the half. Although Madrid have come back into the game. Maybe they're becoming more comfortable with this 5 at the back or 3 at the back, however we want to call it. But it remains 1-1. Ooh, I'm blinded by the lights. I know I can't sleep until I feel your touch. Wow, 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 please subscribe, by the way, bottom right hand corner. That's what I was looking at my phone for. On the road to 400k, which we could hit before the Euros, which would be nice. So please subscribe, bottom right hand corner. You're all very, very welcome here. And we are at half time. We're very close to 386,000, by the way. We're only 50 away. So if you've not subscribed, please do, bottom right-hand corner. That's Footballs for Everybody. Everybody's welcome on here. We normally have a morning 10-minute video, which is a bit topical. We're talking about Arsenal this morning, a lot about Super League last week. So make sure you subscribe. We've got FIFA on here as well. Watchalongs. We've got PSG tomorrow night against Real Madrid. PSG, not against Real Madrid, against Man City. So lots to get involved with. Please subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. So, 1-1 at half-time. Let's stop the clock. I would say that Chelsea started fantastically well. Really good start by Chelsea. Real Madrid, it looked to me like the Premier League was better than the La Liga and that Real Madrid were in trouble. But Chelsea unable to get that second goal, and Real Madrid corner, well-worked corner, straight off the training ground. And Benzema getting the goal that he probably deserved, because that left foot shot from outside the box that clipped the side of the post was magnifique. And again, showing the technique with the volley. Very close, but no one was going to stop it. Hi, Mark. The rain tonight means Perez is in the mud, says Ben Rowe. And also, Tuchel beat PSG in the final would be the ultimate banter, says Muzzy Lions. I'd say the referee loves him some Chelsea, says Connor Bears. And nice pyjamas, Mark, says Daniel Nicholson. And Benzema went so underrated, says Akshat. Yeah, we can play a bit of either or if you want to. Chuck it in the live comments. More than happy to do that. Wish United had a manager like Tuchel, says Marky. I mean, Tuchel's done a fantastic job. I've said this a few times. To come into a team that's struggling in the middle of the season and turn it around like he has shows a real, genuine tactical nous. And not only to come into a Chelsea side that was underperforming, but also a Chelsea side that many felt sympathy towards Lampard, that he'd not really been given long enough to utilise this massive summer transfer window they had. So many players brought in, not a bad side either, and many people felt that he hadn't been given that time to do it. Tuchel comes in, middle of the season, team's confidence on the floor, takes them to a Champions League semi-final, an FA Cup final, and gets them into the top 4. So he's done a fantastic job, and I think he deserves the credit so far. But of course, none of this counts if you don't win the FA Cup, if you don't get to the Champions League final and you don't finish top 4. Amazing thing is, Chelsea could win the FA Cup, the Champions League, and get top 4. They could also finish in the Europa League places in the league, not win the FA Cup, and not win the Champions League. So far he's done a very good job. United miss on Tuchel, Poch, and Nagelsmann. I can't believe it. Awful United manager recruitment, says Leo Man United. And Stuttgart, or Sturridge at Chelsea, or Robin at Chelsea, who was better, says Kyle Leach. I'd say Robin. I don't really remember Sturridge at Chelsea, but I do remember Robin at Chelsea, Kyle, in the sort of mid noughties he was there, wasn't he? And especially when Mourinho first came in, they were, he played under Mourinho, didn't he? Around the 2006 season, I think. And I just remember they used to blast teams. He was good. As a United fan, looking at reaction from English team owners after Super League failure and their playing style in general, feel let down, says Srinvasan. And who wants to be a millionaire at half time? I haven't got my book. I can't play it. I thought Hazard was fit for the game. He's on the bench, Jeff. He's on the bench. Playing Grand Theft Auto tonight, Andy. The link's in the video description. Give me a follow on Twitch. Be live at about 11 o'clock, which is about 2 hours' time. Football Manager will be coming back, yes. And Aban is disgusting. He says cream pie or apple pie. I'm not going to give you one of those. It was Robin and Duff. Yes, they were very, very good. And Pep or Wenger, says Luca. I mean, look. If I said Wenger, I look like a right prat, because everybody who's under a certain age will remember Wenger in his last 10 years at Arsenal, where he, top 4 gave him a nearly said something else. And Pep is dominating English football. So everyone's going to say Pep over Wenger. But if you're old enough to remember Arsenal when they were good, especially sort of like from the late 90s to the early noughties, Wenger's Arsenal was a very, very good side. And he didn't have the money that Pep's had. So I think Wenger versus Pep is a bigger conversation than, it's easily Pep. But I probably would still say Pep, to be fair, because the meticulous way in which Pep puts his teams together is ridiculous. It doesn't take much coaching to play counter-attacking football. It doesn't take much coaching to keep your shape, hit the ball long and win second balls. But it takes a lot of coaching to not play with a striker, play a false nine and have people working as hard as they do and interchanging and moving around. It takes a lot of coaching to do that. So he's a good coach, Pep. He is. Are we really planning to spend all on Haaland, says Marketing James? God knows with United. God only knows with what United are going to do. And Letitia was underrated, Nicola, but on the other hand, he didn't leave Southampton. So I would say with Letitia, look at Lingard at United. Couldn't get in the team because Bruno's better and, was a bit inconsistent. Goes to West Ham. He's one of the best players in the league. So in relation to Letitia, look, at Southampton, he was amazing. But would he have been like Lingard at West Ham? Lingard at West Ham is fantastic. The pressure and the space is there when you play for a Southampton or a West Ham. If you go and play for a Chelsea or a Manchester United or a Man City, you're not going to get the space because what happens is, doesn't matter who it is, doesn't matter whether it's Fulham, whether it's Manchester United, whether it's Everton. When they play West Ham, they fancy their chances and they open up. When they play Man United or Liverpool, they don't and they keep it tight. So, maybe Letitia benefited from that. City 18-19 or invincible Arsenal, says Bazzi. But I don't rate the Arsenal invincible side. I don't. And the reason, look, Arsenal fans will say, "Oh, shut up." But the reality is, don't you take notice of fans, rival fans? Because I'm telling you now, Nacho is at fault for the goal. I told you that. His run is all wrong. Nacho's positioning on the Pulisic goal is terrible. But I wasn't scared of that invincible team as much as I was the 98 Arsenal side. I thought the 98 double side was relentlessly hard, and they won the title. I thought the 99 Arsenal side was good and they won nothing. So I don't think the invincible Arsenal side is the best Arsenal side. I know Arsenal fans think it is, but they drew 12 games. They didn't win anything else except for the Premier League. So I think they became too obsessed with being unbeaten. I don't think they were that. I think there were scarier Arsenal teams as a United fan that we faced. But Arsenal fans seem to think it's one of the best teams ever. I don't think it's the best Arsenal side under Wenger, to be honest. No, Shane, I said it's not that I don't rate the Arsenal invincible side. I said I don't rate it as the best Arsenal side. Obviously, what they achieved was very good, but I don't think it's as good as Arsenal fans make out. I think you had a better team. Summarise the match for me, Mark, says Sahil. Fantastic first 25 minutes from Chelsea. They should have had a couple of goals. They got one. Real Madrid worked their way back into the game and then they score a goal from a well-worked corner. And to be fair, the last 5 minutes of the half, it was quite equal. So I think Real Madrid will be quite happy with that. I think Chelsea, look, if I was Chelsea, I'd be quite happy with it as well. The next 45 minutes is really key. Chelsea, second away goal would be good. I did predict 2-2, so we'll see what happens. Thanks everybody who's signing the petition. We are only 400 signatures away from 70,000, which would be nice to hit tonight. The link is at the top of the chat group if you're on the live chat. This is a petition that you can sign so that the British government have to debate this in Parliament. And we're looking for reform of football in England, basically, which impacts on us all. And although it says enforce the 50+1 rule for professional football club ownership in the UK, I'm not so sure that 50+1 would come in and work. But what we might get out of this is fan membership on the board of all Premier League clubs, so that decisions around things like Super Leagues and putting the club into debt cannot be done without fan consultation and a fan say. very, very important that we get this reform in football, because I believe we will be going back into a Super League very, very soon if we do not do something about ownership structures in the Premier League. Real Madrid, they haven't given up. Perez hasn't given up. So make sure you sign it. The link is in the chat. And what happens is once you've signed it, you'll get an email. Check your email and confirm and verify, please. Hi, Mark. Do you think Pogba will be sold in the summer or see out his contract? What would be more beneficial to United? Keep up the good work. The most beneficial thing for United would be that he is sold for a fee or he signs a new contract. But I think he'll run his contract down because, I mean, who can afford him? Not really anybody. Why would he stay at United unless he's just doing it for money? And also, if you were doing it for money, you'd be better off waiting a year anyway, because you'll be absolutely loaded when you've got no contract. You can go where you want. I've said for a while now, I think he's going to run his contract down. Will you start doing watch-alongs for other leagues next season if you leave the United stand, says Leonard. I didn't know I was leaving. And Prime Hazard or Prime Salah? Look, he plays for Liverpool, so this, for me to pick Salah actually is probably better than I think, because I'd never normally want to pick a Liverpool player, but I would say Salah. Man United winning a Champions League within the next 3 years or winning a Premier League in the next 3 years is some year. I don't think we won't do either, in my opinion. Not under this regime. Who's your favourite all-time Manchester United player? Says poor Tommy. Keane, for me. In my lifetime, it's Roy Keane. US Office or UK Office, says Prashant. I'm actually re-watching the UK Office at the moment, and I do really, really like it. But the US Office is fantastic. And I see them as two different entities. I don't see them as competitors. I see them as two different entities where there are similarities in the start, but they wander off into completely different ideals. I see them as two very different shows, and I like them both. Yeah. I used to watch the show Lost, but it lost me, Skip, to be honest. I liked it for about a season, and then I just couldn't really stick with it, to be fair. Hi, Mark. Saw you early today around 8:20, and just want to say thanks for the selfie, says Paul Fryer. Big up, Paul. Thank you very much. And would you take Ronaldo and Ramsey for Pogba, says Frodo? Well, yes, of course I would, because I think he's going to go for free next summer. So, yeah, I would do. Because what's the point in keeping Pogba for 1 more year? So, yes, definitely I would do. Favourite food, Mark? I change by the mood. You know, I don't know what's wrong with me at the moment. Had an emotional few days, personal life, some things going on, which some of you watched FIFA yesterday will know what that was about. Very, very tired as well. I mean, we've had COVID in the house as well, so I don't know whether it's some sort of long COVID thing. But I'm also really hungry all the time as well. But yeah. Do you like chicken tikka masala, Yoda? It's one of my favourites. It's one of my favourites. Yeah, that's one of my favourite orders. Thought on Bruno's dip in form, says LZR. I spoke about it on the United Stand today. I just think it's the tactics that we play. And yeah, I think it's the tactics that we play, and it's the overuse of him as well. Yeah, I think that's it. Sounds like depression, says Mark H. I don't think I'm depressed, but you know, you do have to be very careful of your mental health. I agree with that one. Glazers or Kroenke? Oh God, it's the worst of both. It's the worst of both evils, isn't it? Really, I mean, I really just do not rate either of them. But to me, the bigger evil is the one that's got your club. So I would say for me, it's going to have to be. The Glazers, of course. It is half time, Darren. The players are coming out now, though. Big second half, 1-1. Chelsea have got the away goal. They started off the better. I'm looking forward to this second half. Please subscribe, by the way. We're very close to 386,000, so please subscribe. We're also almost at 70k on the petition, so bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. If you want to sign the petition, it's pinned at the top of the live chat. And look, if you've already signed the petition, get your dad to do it, get your mum to do it. They'll have an email address. Get your friends to do it. Doesn't matter who they support, get them to do it. Hi Mark, hope you're okay. Please can you shout out my boyfriend Ben? He is suffering from obesity, says Frankie. That's disgusting, Frankie. That's disgusting. Mark, I am from across the pond and won't allow me to sign the petition either, says Roma Dude. You can sign the petition if you are a British citizen living outside the UK, but I don't know how you do it. If anyone in the chat knows how you do it, because it does ask for a postcode, so I don't know. Read the chat. Someone will be able to help you with that, because I know it impacts us all as well. Is Benzema even back in the French squad? I know he wasn't. I don't really keep an eye. Players are coming out onto the pitch. Friday night dinner or in-betweeners, says Matthew Emerson. You see, I'd have to say in-betweeners, Matthew. Maybe because it came first. But come to Dublin. Mate, as soon as the pubs are properly open, there's going to be a big party and I'm organising it. So don't worry about that. You need a stretch mark, says Francis. You just want to see me in pyjamas. Girl, I want to make you stretch. No, that's sweat. Girl, I want to make you sweat. Sweat till you can't sweat no more. And if you cry out, I'm going to push it some more. La 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 long. You know what? That's another song that's sinister, isn't it? We were talking about Spice Girls. Second half's kicked off. We were talking about... I'm going to have to check these lyrics now. Lyrics with Goldbridge. This is always a bit funny. We were talking about the Spice Girls, If You Want to Be My Lover. And If You Want to Be My Lover, You Got to Get With My Friends, which is basically, sounds very innocent, but it's just a big orgy, really. Easy V doesn't come for free, which means you've got to pay for it. G-Lock on is someone else likes it on the face. I mean, which is Bukaki. You know, it's just disgusting song. But this one by Inner Circle, Sweat, and Girl, I Want to Make You Sweat, sweat till you can't sweat no more. And if you cry out, I'm going to push it some more. So basically, what are we talking about here? You want to make her sweat, and then if she cries out, you're going to push it in some more. I mean, it's just disgusting. I've just sung a song there, and realistically, how many of these songs that we grow up with, when actually, when you think about the lyrics, are very, very sus. Very, very sus. Anyway, it's not a great song either. But it's 1-1 here, and we are a minute and a half into the second half. I hope you're all doing well. Could be just a personal trainer. Exactly. Sordid Bridge. I'm thinking of something completely... I want to make you sweat. Sweat till you can't sweat no more. And if you cry out, I'm going to tell you to push it some more. So basically, she could be working on a cross trainer. And she says, I can't take any more. Push it some more. We found an innocent explanation, but we'll never find an innocent explanation for Easy V doesn't come for free and somebody else wants it on their face. That's just sexual from the Spice Girls. It's always sexual with the Spice Girls. It's all about. All their songs are about sex. Two become one, because tonight is the night when two become one. How are you going to do that then? By joining together some way. And it even gets worse than that. Be a little bit wiser, baby. Put it on, because tonight is the night when two becomes one. She's talking about putting a Johnny on. At least they're having safe sex. Every breath you take by the police is a stalker, says Pretosaurus Rocks. Yeah. What's that one about? What's that James Blunt one when he's on the train as well? Can't remember. Anyway, half a chance here for Timo Werner. Gets the shot off. Good block by Varane. Glazers or Kroenke? Kroenke, at least they act like they care. Josh Kroenke has had a more constant relationship with the fans and pretends he's a fan. Says Sarah Romilly Luke. And I've done that one. And hey, Mark, me and my dad always watched you on the United stand. Sadly, he passed away just about 2 weeks ago. Wait a minute. I'm still only 17, but these streams give me a bit of joy. Thank you, says Jacko. Mate, look, that is horrible news to hear. Rest in peace to your dad, and also obviously thoughts and prayers with you and your family. Nobody should lose their dad at that age. Some people will lose it younger, some older, but that's irrelevant. The reality is, thoughts are with you, mate, and I'm glad that you and Dad enjoyed the content, and I hope that you can keep enjoying it as well. You've just got to go through the process, mate. It's not going to be easy. Let's be honest, it won't be easy. But time's not a great healer. I don't like that saying. Time makes you adapt. Time makes you adapt. And somebody always said something to me that when you lose somebody that you love, the reason it hurts so much and the reason it gets easier with time, it doesn't get better. It's just that you get used to carrying the weight of the person that's no longer with you because they live inside your heart now. So that's what it is. The heart hurts because you're now carrying them inside your heart. And as time goes on, your body gets used to carrying that weight, but they never leave you and the pain never leaves you. So yeah, sad to hear that, mate. And thoughts with you, and nice to see so many nice comments in the chat as well. Mass Radley says, Bruce Springsteen, I'm on fire. Hey little girl, is your daddy home? Did he go away and leave you all alone? I got a bad desire. I'm on fire. We don't like those, do we? We don't like that. George Nichols, I mean, look, you made me shit myself there. He said he just said rest in peace, Jack, mate, and I was like, oh my god, not Jack from who does the podcast. But then I realised he said to our previous Jacko, he's just sending him a nice message, which is lovely. Lovely to see all the nice comments for Jacko. You're Beautiful by James Blunt. Yeah, that's the one, isn't it? I saw her face in a crowded place, and I don't know what to do. What a button. 'Cause I'll never be with you. La 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 la. Madrid. This second half has started off really well, actually. Let's focus on the game here. It started off really well. Very, very stretched. I think the rain has stopped. It has. The rain has stopped. And I think we're going to see a better game in the second half. With the rain gone, I think the passing's going to be better. Don't Stand So Close to Me is about a teacher's attention to their teenage pupil, says 3 Minute Record Events. Who's playing better so far? I think Madrid have come out second half a lot better. I think it's more of a 50-50 game now, which is what it was at the end of the second half. I think Madrid have adapted to this formation better. Still playing with the back five. I think Madrid are better as a back four, but what do I know? Thank you for the kind words, says Jacko. This community will always be in my heart. Absolute legends. Yeah, big up everyone who's put nice messages in there as well. Hopefully it helps a little bit, Jacko. But as I said, it is difficult, and we're all realists, aren't we? You can't lose someone that matters to you that much and just be like, yeah, it's going to be fine. It's not. You're going to have to adapt. It will be fine, but what I mean is you've got to grieve. You've got to go through the process. I always say that about that and other things. Samuel makes a good point. What do you think will happen to Liverpool next season? I think that's from a footballing perspective, which is helpful because they're a footballing team. what will happen to Liverpool next year? There is a hope amongst the Liverpool fan base. I've spoken to a few Liverpool fans that I know about this over the last few weeks, and there is a hope that they will get Van Dijk back and everything will go back to normal. But there's a psychological blow there as well. I mean, look, they might just go back to normal. They may go back to normal, but they also may not go back to normal, and they may be heavily impacted by what's happened to them. So, I mean, Man City are looking very, very consistent. I'd expect Man City to be the favourites to win the league next year. Maybe Chelsea if they get. I think actually, even as a United fan, doesn't mean it won't happen, because I didn't think we'd get top four this year. But Hazard's just warming up a bit there. I think Liverpool, Man City, and Chelsea will be the top three next year, and United will be fighting for fourth. But Liverpool could go back to being one of the best teams in the world again, or they could struggle. But Van Dijk will make them better defensively. Of course, he will. Mendy is injured for Madrid, I think. Either that or he's suspended, but he's definitely not on the bench. Would Klinsmann go to Tottenham? Says Trevor Chapman. I think Tottenham do tend to employ good coaches. I would say that under Levy they have they had Pochettino, obviously, Mourinho. So I would be interested to see who next Spurs manager is. I think Allegri's got to be a consideration, definitely. Condolences to your family, Mark. Stay strong, says Vedant. Thanks for the super chat, mate. VS Boas. I think Spurs have got to go for somebody with a bit of pedigree here. I do. I'll tell you now, if they went and got Southgate, they're fucked. They are. Have you been to an Oasis concert, Mark? Says Cam. I have. I'm trying to think how many I've been to. I've been to 2 or 3. I've been to the Point in Dublin, and I've been to Lansdowne Road in Dublin. They were a bit shit there, to be honest. Liam was just rambling about. I think he just broke up with that bloody Spice Girl. No, she wasn't a Spice Girl. She was an All Saint. She was no saint, but I think she shagged Leonardo DiCaprio in a hotel in the toilets of a do. That was the rumor, but not when she was with Liam. Liam won't put up with that. Liam was the one doing the shagging behind the back, but Liam. But yeah, he was off his head that night. He wasn't good. Hello, is it me you're looking for? 'Cause I wonder where you are, and I wonder what you do. But let me start by saying I love you. I like Lionel Richie, although that song's a bit dubious as well. I sometimes watch and stare outside your door. Hello, is it me you're looking for? Well, no, I'm not looking for you if you're standing outside my bloody door, you weirdo. I'm not looking for you at all. Love a bit of Oasis on That's Football, says Druv. Chilwell, left-hand side, 15 minutes of the second half. Both teams sort of cancelling each other out. Not in a boring way, just in a cancelling each other out way. I think both teams want to win this game, but neither wants to lose it. Obviously, if Chelsea lose it, then Real Madrid are going to play defensive at Stamford Bridge. And if Real Madrid lose it, then they've got to go and attack at Stamford Bridge. But they're struggling at the moment, Chelsea. I don't know whether Giroud might work well in a game like this. Lenny says, do you think Chelsea will get Lukaku this summer? There is talk of Lukaku going to Chelsea, isn't there? Look, the only thing I'll say about Lukaku is he spent a couple of years at United. He will score you a lot of goals if you create a lot of chances for him, but you've got to create a lot of chances for him in the penalty box. I think in Serie A it works because Serie A is a slower league and there's a lot of stuff going around in the box. From the way Chelsea are set up here, do I think Lukaku would work for them? In a way, I think he'd score goals, but you can't play through Lukaku. He's not the sort of player you can knock the ball into his feet. He's going to control it and play one-touch passing. That's not Lukaku. He can do it, but he can't do it 38 games a season. And, if you pass the ball into Lukaku, you better get ready to run. I've lost my place now. Yeah, so I think Lukaku at Chelsea would be an interesting player, but and I wouldn't say he'd be a bad signing. I think he'd score you a lot of goals, but it depends the way you want to play football, doesn't it? Lukaku's got to be the finisher, and that's what he is, and he's a very good finisher. But don't expect Lukaku to be part of your build-up play because it's not really what he's all about. Mikael Roach, thank you. Welcome to the Members Club. And Sumia says, what do you think has been the best goalkeeper this season in Europe? Well, I'll put that to the chat because I haven't actually watched a lot of European football this year. I normally do watch a lot of Serie A, a little bit of La Liga, a little bit of Bundesliga, but I haven't watched La Liga at all this season. I've watched very little Serie A, and I've watched no Bundesliga. And I think that's just because it's been a shortened season. It's been a weird season. I've enjoyed watching the Premier League and the Champions League, but with no fans in the ground, it makes it a little bit less interesting to watch Serie A and stuff like that for me, personally. But also, it's been so relentless. There's not really been many nights where I've gone, oh, there's nothing to watch. I'm going to watch Serie A. There's always something going on. So I don't really know who's been the best goalkeeper this year, is the honest answer. I don't really know who's been the best goalkeeper in the Premier League. I mean, you'd probably say Ederson because of the amount of clean sheets. But is that because Man City haven't conceded many chances? I don't know. It's very difficult. Bono's done a good job. Playing in goal as well as playing in goal for Sociedad. Whilst he's the Sociedad goalkeeper, isn't he? Whilst also leading a band and trying to get world peace. Martinez has been very good at Villa. I'll give him a shout out. He has been very, very good. He's very good. Very, very good. Oh, he's at Sevilla. Sorry. Bono. But I still haven't found what I'm looking for. Sevilla could win La Liga, They're only 3 points off the top. Good clearance there by Thiago Silva. I think Chelsea need to be a bit careful in this. Madrid could find a way through. Goodbye, my lover. Goodbye, my friend. You have been the one. You have been the one for me. Goodbye, my lover. Goodbye, my friend. Grand Theft Auto's back tonight at 11. I might not go really late tonight, but it is back at 11 tonight on Twitch. So give us a follow. Links in the video description. I think Barcelona will win La Liga. If you have a look at what's to come in La Liga. So Barcelona have got Granada on Thursday, which they will win to go top. Atletico Madrid have got Elche at the weekend, and Real Madrid have got Osasuna. Barcelona have got Valencia away, which could be an interesting game, and Sevilla play, Bilbao? Barcelona have also got Atletico Madrid to play. I mean, it's not easy for Barcelona. They've got Valencia and Atletico Madrid coming up. Real Madrid have got Sevilla. That's a tough game as well. That is a tough game. That's a big week. That is very, very big week. Barcelona Atletico Madrid on Saturday the 8th of May and Real Madrid Sevilla on the Sunday. I might start watching it a bit late, you know. Barcelona have got Levante, Sevilla have got Valencia, Atletico Madrid Sociedad and Real Madrid Granada. 37 of 38, Atletico Madrid Osasuna, Barcelona Celta Vigo, Real Madrid Atletico Bilbao, Sevilla Villarreal, and then the final week is Barcelona Eibar, Sevilla Alaves, I don't know who Madrid have got, and Madrid Villarreal and Atletico Madrid at Valladolid. So I think that Barcelona have got themselves in a good position to win it, really. But you never know. You never know. Hazard's coming on here with 25 to go. Who do you think is going to win La Liga? I haven't really watched it, so I don't really know. But I would say that that Barcelona Atletico Madrid game is massive, absolutely massive, and they've got that game in hand on Thursday. Yeah, they'll be top by 2 points from Madrid and 1 point of Atletico Madrid on Thursday. Barcelona. Mark just signed the petition. Also thoughts on the retweet by Redmen TV. Finally, we could be seeing a consultation with fans. Fingers crossed as next, says Evan Davies. Yeah, look, I'm trying to... I have messaged Robbie. He did retweet it. I don't know whether they're pushing it on AFTV, but if you do watch AFTV, get in the comments and tell Robbie to put the petition in there like we have on the United Stand. You know, some people are just not aware of the petition, so we've got to get people to sign it effectively. That's what we've got to do. Push it, push it, push it. Push it real good. Push it real good. I said push it real good. I don't even know what that song is. Said push it real good. Hazard comes on for Vinicius Jr. against his former club. We're on 70,000 on the signatures now as well. Benzema's a good striker, isn't he? I would love to have seen him come to United at some point. Just listen to Ronaldo, what he said about him. You know, most of my goals are... because of his hard work. That's what Ronaldo said. Goldfinger, was he alright? Not the cat.
I don't know.
Well, that's another 10,000 down on the petition anyway, which is good. Get it to 100k. Come on. Come on, then. Let's get it to 100k. Chelsea on the attack here. Obviously, ZX come on as well. I think he came on for Pulisic, didn't he? Or did he come on for Werner? Reece James has come on as well. I've had a couple of subs here that I've missed. And Havertz. So Havertz and Ziyech have come on for Werner and Pulisic. And Reece James has come on for Azpilicueta. Treble substitution from Chelsea here. And I think that's clever by Tuchel, because the way the game's gone, apart from the first 25 minutes where Chelsea were dominant, Real Madrid have worked their way back into this game. And I think Tuchel's seen that and has gone for it. Please subscribe, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. Thank you very much for everyone who's joining. We are going to do PSG Man City tomorrow night And our next watch along after that is Saturday, Chelsea-Fulham, which is a big game as well in the Premier League. So yeah, everyone's welcome on That's Football. We normally do a little 10-minute show in the morning, which is just a topical show. And obviously got the FIFA career mode on here as well. So lots and lots to get involved in. Mount on the edge of the box. Good turn. Lovely skills by Mount. And Varane blocks it. What a player Mount has been this season. Can you do a watch-along of Barca Atletico Madrid on the 8th before the Chelsea-Man City watch-along, says Sumya. Well, I'll think about it, Sumya. Grand Theft Auto is on today, Hassan. Links in the video description for Twitch if you want to give me a follow. Chelsea having a good period of play here. Chilwell's got it on the left. Real Madrid got lots of players back, but Chelsea moving it around well for the first time in quite a while. Chris Wood or Benzema, says David Mann. It's a lovely cross, headed away. If Ollie did 3 subs at the 65th minute, if only Ollie did 3 subs at the 65th minute to change the game, says Jack. Yeah. Ollie would never do that, would he, really? It's just not in his makeup, unfortunately. I wish it was. The petition, somebody was asking what's the petition about. Well, it's at the top of the live chat. It's pinned there. If you click it and complete it, you'll get an email, verify it, and then it will go towards. We're trying to get 100,000 signatures on this petition by Friday so that the government in this country will debate reform in football ownership, which is what we want. Now, the 50+1 has been mentioned as being part of the debate, but ultimately there are powers that the government have that it doesn't even need to be 50+1. You could have reform where every English club in the Premier League has to have fans on the membership on the board, where things like the Super League cannot be. They can't, where owners can't just take clubs blindly into things without fan consultation. So I think it's really, really important. I've become a bit obsessed with the petition because it's something that we can do, that we've got power in doing. So even if you've signed it, it's going to take a little bit of work to get it to 100,000. We're still 30,000 short, although we have done 30,000 in a day. But every signature counts, so please do it. It's really important for football that we get these conversations going. It's raining again. And secondly, even if you have signed it, it doesn't start there, because if everybody who signs it gets 10 other people to sign it, we'll smash through it. I've got 20 people to sign it today, and I'm going to get another 10 after this. Just send the link to people. Get your mum and dad to do it. Ask them what their email address is. Fill it in and say, can you check? Do it for them. Say, have you got an email address, mum or dad, or girlfriend or wife or lover? Yes, I have. What is it? I'll fill it in for you. Then log into your inbox and just verify it for me. Do it. Get active. That's what I say. Mark, can we have some Gary Barlow? Your demand, says Ollie Saunders. I don't think my Gary Barlow is actually very good. I don't think it's very good. I thought Chelsea were absolutely incredible, Mark. I thought they were absolutely fantastic for the first 25 minutes. But it's been Real Madrid, Mark. Real Madrid have been better since Benzema scored that volley. He's been absolutely superb. How Goldbridge makes a point, insert adjective, absolutely repeat adjective, says Joshua Bowater. I wasn't very good at English, so I'm no good on pronouns and adjectives, so don't know. There are not 72,000 on that signature thing so far. We're only at 70,000, so long way still to go, but a long way we have travelled. We've just got to keep pushing it. Goodbye, my lover. Goodbye, my friend. You have been the one. You have been the one for me. 0405 Chelsea, best defence ever. 15 goals conceded, says It's Dan. Yeah, how do you only concede 15 goals in a Premier League season? It's crazy. Ziyech! Oh, if it could have crossed it in there, Mount was in. It's raining again. What does Sean Dyke think about the petition? Well, I'm telling you now. Sign the fucking petition. I want to get Woody and Tarkovsky around your house. And they won't fuck about. They'll get your fingers. They'll get your email. They'll get your keyboard. And they will make you sign it. sign it for the betterment of football. Because I'll tell you what, if Burnley had fans on the board, then I'll tell you what, I'd have a statue. And, that's what it's all about. So thanks everyone for signing the petition and get on with it. What's your favourite biscuit, says Elliot. I'm trying to quit biscuits, but it's a corner for Chelsea here. Cross comes in. Headed. Oh, it's still in the box. Ziyech. Oh, what an interesting cross by Ziyech. It was actually going in, but Courtois has got it covered. Goodbye, my lover. Yeah, I'm looking forward to loading up a bit of Grand Theft Auto. I don't know how long I'll play tonight. Definitely an hour or so. But Irfan says that since Hazard's come on, Madrid have been flat. Flat as a witch's tit. And I don't know why witches stereotypically are meant to have flat tits. I never really understood that. Explain that one. You have been the one for me. Goodbye, my lover. I've got bloody James Blunt stuck in my head now. That's how he sells his albums. He's like that bloody other Pratt. Who just, I've been riding shotgun underneath the hot sun. Da 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 dun dun. Do do do. I've been riding. He just, James Blunt and him, they just come up with a tune that it's like Joe Pasquale. I've got a song that'll get on your nerves. Get on your nerves. It's just a bloody tune that gets on your nerves. You can't get it out your head. Oh, right, okay. A witch's tit is flat because they're old. I don't know. I've seen some films with some witches in it that look very, very nice and young. Like in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. What's her name? Her mate was a witch. The redhead. She was in American Pie as well. I used to love Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Music was good as well. You'll all be too young for Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I always told my wife she looks a bit like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which was part of the attraction. I don't just go on looks, but it was a bonus. Real Madrid on the attack. Edge of the box. Modric. It's a weird game this for Chelsea, It is a weird game. I thought the first 25 minutes they were excellent, but that Real Madrid goal has really knocked the stuffing out of them a little bit. It'll be a very intriguing second leg. Sarah Michelle Gellar. Whatever happened to her, Jawad? I know. She was very typecast. She was, although, what's that film that's got Sarah Michelle Gellar in it, Ryan Felipe and Reese Witherspoon? Cruel Intentions. Very good film. I like that film. No, I don't think... thank you for signing the petition, Maxi. I don't think Madrid have done that much, but I think Chelsea will have felt they could have won this game. 1-1's not a bad result. It's not a bad result. Sign the petition, says Ryan. Yeah, it's at the top of the chat. Kante's been amazing. I think Kante's probably man of the match, to be fair. Mason Mount's had another good game. Kante's been very good. I think Modric has been good for Madrid, as you would expect. Casemiro as well. Kante. Oh, is he going to get there? And Varane gives up the free kick. Look at how quick Varane was across to Mason Mount then, though. Super fast. And people think he's slow. Time for a stretch. Yes, Milan. Got to have a stretch. You've got to stretch. Something kind of ooh. Thanks everyone who subscribed, by the way. We're on the road to 400k. Bottom right hand corner to subscribe. Tomorrow night we got PSG against Man City. I don't know, is it in Paris or is it in Manchester? Manchester. I have watched Friends, yes. Yes, lots of episodes. Americans like to have lots of things, don't they? They do have lots of things going on. So take a good look at my face. So free kick here for Chelsea in a decent position. I mean, I'd have a shot from here. It's wet. Why not? Why not have a go? Mason Mount's behind it. Why not have a shot? So Mason Mount's on it and Ziyech's on it. It's a good shot by Ziyech and Courtois just catches it. He says, "Is that all you got? Show me what you got." And he does. 10 minutes to go. It's been a very quick second half, hasn't it? I've never watched the TV series Sherlock. I watched The Night Manager last week. What a series that was. The Pacific. I'd seen Band of Brothers and I'd never bothered watching The Pacific. And I was like, why did you never watch The Pacific? I only watched it last week. What a great series that is as well. It's just sad. You know, the thing I hate about TV series that are good is you're really sad when they're over. Like The Night Manager was very good. And The Pacific was brilliant as well. I think the Night Manager might be coming back, but they're not started filming it yet. Sherlock's amazing. I might give it a watch, yeah. Dark Knight trilogy is brilliant. I love it. I watch it every few years. I love it. I started Money Heist, Joseph, but I just couldn't be doing with the subtitles. I watched the best thing I've seen with subtitles was is it Gamoria, which is really really good. But the trouble with subtitles is it makes me fall asleep, or it doesn't make me fall asleep. One of the two. Mark, are you going to do a Euro 2020 tournament on FIFA before the Euros? Could win it as England, says Aram. Are FIFA going to do what they did with the World Cup? When the World Cup was on, they did an update, didn't they, where you could play as all the teams, and I don't know whether they're going to do that. It's a very good point. Are FIFA planning on issuing an update for the Euros like they did with the World Cup? Because that World Cup update was brilliant a couple of years ago, but I don't know whether they're going to do it. Pro Evo's got the rights to the Euros, so FIFA can't do it, says Jambo. There you go. So I won't be doing a tournament then. Ever watched Derry Girls, Mark? Yeah, I really like it, Derry Girls. Very good, Jack Birtles. I don't think there's going to be another series though, is there? White gold is good. Dylan says that one of the Derry Girls actors worked in my school. They're all about 40, aren't they? Well, they're not. They're all in there. They're all older than you think. Wouldn't the World Cup 2020 update be in FIFA 23? Says Paul Not Nice. Yes, it will. Yeah. Money Heist is in English now. It's amazing, says Aston. I might give that a try then. Grand Theft Auto is back tonight, 11 o'clock on my Twitch channel, which is got the link in the video description. So check it out there. I'll be tweeting it out anyway. Last Kingdom was very good. A lot of people like Luther. The Irishman is good, Mark. Trust me. I watched The Irishman, but I watched it over about 4 weeks. It's so long. It is so long. Derry Girls is a comedy, Oliver. It's good. It's got some good music in it as well because it's of its time. You've got things like Zombie by the Cranberries and stuff like that. Should we go to the strip club on Grand Theft Auto tonight? I mean, I can have a little. I'll take a little trip if you want. I mean, I'm not spending anything. I would never spend money for that sort of thing. When I used to work in a certain job, which I nearly said, one of the big things that the lads used to do on a night out at the end of the night is they'd always go to a strip club. It was part of their. It was just part of the thing in that job. And this is where I've always been an individual, and I'm not a sheep, because you'd have a really good night out, and then it'd be like, come on, we're off to Legs 11 or Spearmint Rhino or something like that. And I'd be like, no, I'm not. I'm off to get me. This is why my story about end of the night. At the end of a night out, I would quite often go. I would walk if I had to, because I'd be in like Birmingham City Centre. I'd always walk to the same kebab shop. I'd get myself a can of Vimto, chips and chicken meat, and they'd go mayonnaise or tomato sauce. I'd have both. And I'd always just go and find a table. Didn't matter how busy it was, because as pissed as I was going to sit there, eat that chips and chicken meat, and have my can of Vimto. Didn't matter what was going on around me. I was going to sit there and enjoy it. That was my strip club. And all the lads used to go to a strip club, and I just never understood what was the attraction of going to a strip club, to look at women that you're paying to look at. I've got a lovely woman at home, and I don't have to pay her. Which was always part of the reason I married her, really. What age was I? I would have been in my 20s then, yeah. Goodbye, my lover. But they were obsessed with it. But some people love strip clubs, like they're very popular. And there is one in Grand Theft Auto. I'll show you what. If you've never been to a strip club, I'll take you to one tonight, just to show you what it's all about. It'll be an we'll do an educational strip club tour tonight on Grand Theft Auto. I'm not buying anything, but I'll show you what it's all about. I'll get the sack from Mrs. Goldbridge if I actually paid for a dance. I'll warn her. I'll say, look, there might be a little clip of me tomorrow in a strip club. It's virtual, and I'm only going to show people who've never been to one, so that hopefully they don't go again and objectify women. So yeah, 11 o'clock tonight, we're going to a strip club virtually to educate people on why it's not a very good thing. But think of me as a Grand Theft Auto Louis Theroux. I'm there to speak to the women and say why you're demeaning yourself like that. But look, links in the video description for that. Give me a follow. You'll get your notification when I go live at 11. We've got 5 minutes to go here. Afterlife's a fantastic series, Sam Diamond. They're filming episode 3 at the moment. Watching from my final year, Aston Uni, says Ace. Big up, Aston Uni. I know it well. Used to walk past it every day, actually, on my way to work, down the canal. Down near the Villa Ground. Aquas 2. It was a horrible place to work. There's just nothing around there. Nothing. Like literally no newsagents or anything. It was boring. Nothing work. I pity people who work in business parks. Just boring, lifeless. I used to work in Birmingham City Centre. I could nip out the office and pretend I was going to get some paper, and I could actually be in a pub if I wanted to be, or getting my hair cut. I used to love working in Birmingham City Centre. But the same. It works in other cities. London, Norwich, Cardiff. Mark, I haven't had a chance to visit a strip club yet. Went 18 in this lockdown. Going to need some tips tonight on Grand Theft Auto to get me prepped, says Ben Thornton. Shot just wide there. It's a long shot and it goes for a corner, deflected wide. Real Madrid. I wonder, is Ramos back for the semi? He's not coming on the bloody... Don't worry, that's got nothing to do with the strip club. Ramos ain't coming to the strip club. But is he back for the second leg of the semi? Mark, good food is old man's porn. Fast, great, never gets you in trouble, says Victor. Corner to Real Madrid. Cruz. Oh, Varane. Varane. A lovely corner by Cruz. The way he drove it in. And Varane got his head on it. And he heads it just wide. I think it might have been going in, you know. No, it was a terrible header by Varane. It only nearly went in because it deflected off a Chelsea player. Another corner here. I'll be streaming at 11 o'clock, so about an hour, Lucid. You don't get banned for going in the strict club on Twitch. There's bloody part of the bloody game is in the part of the bloody game is in there. I tell you what though, there is something on Grand Theft Auto that's a bit rude, where you can pick up somebody and go somewhere and do something which is illegal. But then again, there's a lot of things in Grand Theft Auto that's illegal because it's a computer game. Chernobyl was a very good series, Joshua. Yeah. I'm not having a private dance. I'm not paying for it, Ibby. Trevor actually owns the bloody thing now. Waz says, I just want to say that we shouldn't really talk about the transfer market and only focus on the Glazed Out movement. Love your humour and content, mate. I sort of agree with you on that one. I never watched Space, Charlie Bolt. I always felt that I should give it a go. I might write that down. I did feel like I should give it a go. Because I do like Peg and Frost. It's just a bit of sweet. I thought Chelsea had scored then. They were showing Tuchel celebrating. I was like, whoa, that's a quick goal. Ndembele says, has anyone noticed how orange the moon is? I think there's a new Alan Partridge series coming out. I think it's out. When's the new Alan Partridge series out? I mean, I'm not a big fan of it, the new one. I prefer the behind the scenes stuff, but I think it might be out next Monday. Oh, it's going to be on a Friday at 5:30. Bit weird. Bit weird to put it out on a Friday. No, but nobody can tell me what it's like. La 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 la. I tell you, it's been a bit of a boring second half, I must admit. But look, they won't care about being boring. They'll care about being in a Champions League final. I was very impressed with Chelsea in the first 25 minutes, but since then it's been more of an equal game. What are your thoughts on the game, everybody? Goodbye, my lover. Do you like Money Heist? Says Forever United. I haven't watched it, mate. I haven't watched that. I watched a little bit of it, and it was on subtitles, so yeah, I couldn't be doing that. But we will be back tomorrow night with another watch along. Man City against PSG. Probably, to be fair, the more exciting of the two. I would agree with that. It is the more exciting of the two games, and I'm looking forward to it. It's 1-1. And we've only got 30 seconds to go. So, look, yeah, Chelsea first half an hour, very good. Madrid, Benzema, fantastic. And second half, I just think both teams have probably cancelled each other out. It's been fast. It's been a good game. I don't think neither of team have tried to kill the game, but just not that final quality in the final third, which sets it up nicely for next week, of course. Next Wednesday night, Chelsea against Real Madrid. I think the rains had a lot to do with it as well. I blame Annie Lennox. If you know, you know. But as Kyron says, it's really interesting second leg for sure. I do like Phoenix Nights. I've just not watched it in years. It's one of them series I've never been back to for a long time. Goodbye, my lover. He's going to blow now. He's going to blow. Thanks everyone who's signed the petition, by the way. We're on 70,500, so we're fast approaching where we need to be, which is 100,000. Just take it on yourself to get more people to sign it. If you've already signed it, ask your parents, ask your wife, ask your boyfriend, ask your girlfriend, ask your mates for their email addresses. Fill it in for them and say, check your email and verify. That's how you get it done. For every person who does this, if you can find 5 or 10 other people to do it, we'll whiz through it. So thanks everyone who's signing the petition. The live chat, it's on the top of the live chat. This is for a reform by the UK government to debate reform in the ownership of football clubs in the Premier League and get fans involved in decisions so that they can never do what they tried to do last week again. Thanks everyone for watching. I'm on Twitch in about an hour playing Grand Theft Auto. Links in the video description for that. And you can subscribe to this channel through the bottom right hand corner. And I'll be back on here tomorrow with PSG versus Man City. Thanks everyone for watching. Good result for Chelsea. They'll take the away goal, but it's wide open for the second leg. 1-1's okay, but it just means if Madrid score, then that away goal is gone, isn't it? So second leg is set up very, very good. Werner cost the game, says Kedar. It should have been 2-0 to Chelsea, I think, really. They should have been 2-0 up in the first 25. But, you know, it's 1-0, then it's 1-1, and it finishes 1-1, and it's half-time. And back next week for the second half at Stamford Bridge. Thanks all for watching. I'll speak to you now on Twitch. Link in the video description. And thank you, and speak to you in a bit. And don't forget to sign the petition.